So my name is Riley Ketterling, and I teach at Will Rogers Junior High. I teach the choir, and I have been at the junior high for 1 year. I have really enjoyed working at Claremore Public Schools because the kids are there's so much passion in their hearts, and so many of them have giftings that they don't even know yet. So it's really fun, especially as a creative arts teacher, to bring that out of them, teach these kids things and skills that they may have never thought that they would find. Also working with administration who just comes up to me and asks me, hey, what do you need? Hey, do you want to try this? Do you want to try that? Your evaluations, you're doing really good. Here's some things that you can fix. Also, doing coaching cycles as a first-year teacher has been just super beneficial for me. Me and Miss Hurt did one over classroom management, and she just came in. We met weekly and just talked about different things I was struggling with that week, and she just helped coach me through those. And I've just had a really great year full of support from all of my colleagues and the staff at the junior high. My favorite memory has been all the competitions that I've done with my choir this year. As a first-year teacher and coming into a school of kids, I didn't know their voices or anything like that. Going to competitions and getting higher scores and achieving excellence in that way has just been really exciting. It helped me as a first-year teacher get past my fear of, what am I going to do as a teacher? Am I going to be a good enough teacher for these kids? But these kids step up to a higher standard, and they step up to the standard that you put them in. And so we went to 2 competitions this year. The first one we got rated as excellent, which is not the highest award, but it was a big improvement, and the kids were so excited. And then at the end of the year, we went to Oklahoma City to the Heartland Music Festival, and we won sweepstakes awards, which means we got the highest rating, and we got to bring home a trophy, and a bunch of my kids got medals. So just all these little successes with the kids have really made this first year so special to me. I did not experience it until probably spring semester, because as a first year teacher, you're overwhelmed, you're trying to survive, you don't know who to talk to yet. But I would say that the work culture here at Claremore Public Schools is very collaborative, and everyone is always willing for you to sit in on their classes or to talk to them during lunch or during their plan. Everyone's willing to help with an event or pick up an extra duty when a principal is out or something like that. Everyone is just so kind and so compassionate, and always has an open ear, always is accepting of criticism in a constructive way, of course, but it's just been very positive, kind of like a family, like we were talking about. I was given the best mentor right off the bat, Miss Breen, and we're right next door to each other. And that was super helpful. It started off this year as her just getting me snacks as a snackademic team came by and just saying hi and being a friendly face. But our mentorship, I would say, really kicked off when we went and did recruitment at the elementary schools together. And we just built that relationship and that bond, and she has just been there to answer every question that I've had. So her as a mentor has been fabulous this year. And then also just the other teachers that are around me have been awesome in helping me. And actually our whole fine arts department has collaborated, and we are starting fine arts showcases once a year to show off all of the kids that are at the junior high that have some type of part in fine arts. And we do an art show, and the choir performs and drama performs, and we ended with a band concert. So collaboration is huge at our school. Yes, I would say the most beneficial PLC is when the whole school comes together for my position specifically, because I'll get insight as to what's going on in the core classes, as well as different policies as a first year teacher I was not aware of. There's a lot of clarification during those times. And then when we split off into our own PLCs, I usually will come talk to the choir teacher at the high school at that time and make sure that our upcoming concerts are in alignment, or we'll be planning for the fine arts showcase or anything like that. So those times really did help me as a first year teacher to look ahead into the calendar, because it's always good to be looking ahead and to also hear from people that are more experienced than you, just some tips and advice and different programs to use as well. PLC has just been really beneficial. Like I said, I am a Claremore graduate. I graduated in 2020, and so Obviously, that was a hard time, and I loved being a Claremore Zebra as a student, and I always knew from there that I wanted to come back and pour into the students that I would have, like the teachers that I did have pour into me. And just being able to give them that outlet and give them that space to create and be themselves and make new friends, but also be competitive and win competitions and do things like that. I always knew I wanted to come back here and do that, so I'm so grateful that I get to now. It is very easy to just walk in and join the family because everyone is so excited to meet you and to see what you have to bring to the table. One thing that I loved as a first-year teacher, whether I was a Zebra before or not, was that when I brought stuff to the table, I was celebrated for it, new ideas, and I think a lot of new teachers that have not been in Claremore Public Schools before this year brought some new things to the table that have really helped improve our school. So you will be celebrated when you come to the school, whether you've been a Zebra before or not. The piece of advice that I would give myself is to fight the little fights. So if a kid is starting to notice that you just let them use the restroom and just be like, yeah, whatever, and then they start to overuse their bathroom passes, make sure you keep track of that. Just always fight the little fights. And not that it's a fight, but just don't let anything go under your radar. It's hard and it's exhausting to keep up with every little thing in your classroom. But if you start off strong at the beginning of the year, you don't have to work as hard at the end of the year. So always fight those little fights. Your students will respect you for it. You may not be popular for it, but as long as you have a good heart and they see that it's out of love, they're gonna love you no matter what. To have Zebra Pride just means to have great character as you're out in public. I really think presenting yourself as a zebra and just having good character and representing Claremore as a whole well as supporting every facet that has that Claremore Public School has. So if you're cheering on the sports teams, you also need to be cheering on the fine arts people, and you also need to be cheering on the STEM people and the ag people and all those kids in AP classes, advanced classes, all the way down to the teachers' aides and the library assistants. Just having Zebra Pride, I just think we all are one big family cheering each other on, cheering each other's gifts on, whether it's different from ours or the exact same, and just supporting in any way that you can, representing Claremore Public Schools well, and just making Claremore, the community of Claremore, a better place.